Good afternoon. Hope everyone is doing well. We will be starting momentarily. Slightly different setup here today. This is actually going to be a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for?
Awesome.
Well, besides awesome, I'm just trying to think here. You know, I think we may, well, there he is. There he is. There he is. What's going on?
What's up, brother?
Good evening. How are we doing?
We're doing great. Good to see you all dressed up. I feel like I'm out of place here. What's going on?
Absolutely.
I didn't get the message.
English RP to left the beat.
Hold on one second. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Mary's left the building. Dave, I don't know what just happened. Just the sight of you. The sight of you.
Yeah, I think maybe he's had a moment.
I think on your description for those that can't, see, what's going on, Dave? What are we wearing?
So I posted. I have a habit of writing a couple of what I call Twitter poems. So hey, there we go.
Look at that. I want to feel like I'm part of the party here.
I was just explaining to Ben there. I write these what I call Twitter poems because Twitter only allows you so many characters. So I write these little short poems during the week. And one of the ones I posted this week, I posted with a picture that you took, Barry, of me wearing this exact outfit, apart from I had a tie on rather than a bow tie.
Yes.
Where were we again? We were in New York. Where were we?
I think it's called the Ellipse. Is it called the Ellipse? It's over at Hudson Yards in New York City. Now.
So for those that haven't any useful vision, I'll explain what I'm wearing. I'm sat here in my living room on a Wednesday evening because it's 9 p.m. here in the UK. I'm wearing a pair of black suit pants. I'm wearing a brown tweed jacket and waistcoat with a white shirt and a bow tie and a pocket square.
Look at that. Phenomenal.
So
audio described as phenomenal.
So
thank you.
For those of you out there, I started off this webinar without a jacket on. Mm-hmm. And I felt I was out of place because my colleague here, B. Fox, is wearing a jacket. My colleague over in the UK is wearing a jacket. I was like, you know what? It doesn't feel right. So I didn't get the message. Someone didn't text me. And but here we are.
I knew it would make you smile. And I had a lot of comments on that photograph saying how wonderful the outfit was. So I thought I would dress up for this week's Tea and Poetry.
Yes, thank you. And
I saw that photo. It must have been subliminal. I just put on a jacket for the time, man.
Absolutely, we're on the same wavelength here, B.
Absolutely. I want to tell you that's one of my favorite pictures. It's an amazing picture. That picture that we took back in October, November. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think. The first time I ever wore this jacket was actually, I think it was that day. And it was, we went in the morning and I did a talk at the Lavelle School for the Blind.
Yes.
In the Bronx. And I was walking around, it was like 8:30 in the morning. And I'm walking around the Bronx in a brown tweed jacket with a flat cap and a pocket watch and everything.
It was a beautiful, nice fall day. And
leaf on the ground, beautiful.
And I believe that day was your first time of you entering into Manhattan. Is that correct?
It was, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was an experience. I have to say, I'm really fortunate to be able to, with Dave, even with Sam Seavey, and probably with you, Ben, to be able to have all these first-time experiences, and to always remember where myself or you where we are for these memorable moments. And I think it's something
you were with me the first time I met Mr. Dave Steele.
And the first time I met you, B, as well. Absolutely.
So, yeah, it means a lot to me. I know to you, and I know to you, Dave, as well. But to be able to share these memories, it's something we start building these, we build these experiences throughout our lives, and we look back at our life resume. Where were you on this day? Who was the first person? I love those things. So to me, it's a great honor.
And before we kind of get into the call and you do all your usual kind of introductions and everything, I just wanted to, the reason why I've put this on tonight is to kind of, well, I'll get to it in a minute, but I just wanted to pay tribute to last week. We'll talk about it after you've done your introductions properly, but what an amazing call last week. For all those who were on the call last week for the full thing, I know, you know, what you must have thought of it. I'd love to hear if that'd be one of the things I want people to actually get involved with tonight, is those that were on the call last week. I want to hear your thoughts about when we had Karen Baker on last week and Suzanne Clark, and what an amazing call. For those that haven't seen it, it's just gone out today. I've just shared it all over the place. B, I sent you a link, so you need to watch that when you've got some free time. But I just rewatched it before I got changed. So yeah, I just wanted to you know, kind of pay tribute, and I've got some really cool stuff I want to talk about tonight as well. So it's going to be awesome.
Awesome. I'm just delighted to be here this afternoon, this evening. Welcome everyone. Sorry we got all caught up on a tangent there, but again, it's great to be here back with you guys. I hope everyone had a great week. I can't believe it's another week. It just, time is flying by. I hope everyone is staying healthy, keep it doing well with Corona. You know, hope, knock on wood. I think you know, you hear all these cases popping up. Schools are back in session. Some kids are in school. Some kids are in this hybrid, you know, but whatever it is, I hope everyone's doing well, and family as well. And we're just excited to be here. So if you're enjoying this, because I see a lot of familiar faces out there, even a couple of new faces as well. For those of you, this is your first time joining us, welcome to TM Poetry, live with Dave Steele, the blind poet, B Fox, and myself, Barry Asman. It's an honor to be here and to spend this next 50 minutes together with you. So if you're enjoying this, we highly encourage you to share with your friends, family, because we want to continue to build on this solid foundation, which we've been really fortunate to build up. And again, it's just great to have, you know, the continuous and new faces joining us every week. And when we see the continuous, you know, people joining, it means a lot to us, and it means that everyone out there is enjoying. So please, please, please go ahead, share, and tell everyone, tune in 4 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. So I just want to also, hey, Philip, how are you? Philip sent us a message. Great to see you, Philip. Couple things. If you want to get our attention, if you want to join the party per se, with video or just audio, whatever you prefer, but we encourage you as always not to be shy. This is a great platform, great atmosphere. Please raise your hand. There is a button to raise your hand that will hopefully get my attention, and I will bring you in at the next possible moment. If you wanted to send us a message, I will happy to read them as well. You can send it through the Q&A or through the chat. You know, all three mediums here are a great way to connect with us. But again, we want to hopefully interact with you through video and audio. And so we are here and ready to rock and roll. So take it away, Dave.
Okay, I'm going to start with a poem.
That's a good thing to do.
That is a good thing to do. Let's talk about the feelings that to others rarely speak. The things that make us strong despite our weaknesses, unique. How what most take for granted viewed by us as precious gift. Let's talk of how when we feel low, our mindset we can lift. We often underestimate the things we can achieve. Let's share our journeys with the world, change the way we are perceived.
Change the way we are perceived. Are we done?
Not finished yet. Not finished yet.
Not finished yet.
This cane is not a sign of shame. It's strength, it's pride and hope. A symbol that when we need help, we find a way to cope. Too many of us hide away from truly living life. I know, for I am guilty. Ask my children and my wife. But I won't give up trying, though my shins and pride are bruised. There's hidden strength in times like these we find a way to use. Today I will not struggle with low vision and its tests. If I'm going to live life blind, I'll make blind life the best. Be comfy in the blur and focused on what really counts. The gift of time is precious. Happiness is paramount. So here I come, life's far from done. This tunnel can't contain. I've faith that always guides me as well as my long cane. I'm focused on my goals, my dreams I'll make reality. I don't need useful vision to be all that I can be.
Wow. That's touched on a lot of points there. A lot of points. But what calls out to me is when you mention hidden strength. And having that hidden strength, we all have that in us, where our mind tells us to stop and we think we can't go on or cope or whatever that struggle may be. And it could be just a simple, mundane task where our mind tells us, no, Barry, you can't do it. You can't accomplish it. Dave, you can't do it. Ben, you can't do it. But I promise you, we all have extra fuel in our reserve tank to get us and take up that strength and get us past those difficult points. So I wanted to stress that, and that's what it's done with me right there. B?
I know why you call the books RP Strong. It's poems like that, and it's the community though. That's why you write these poems at the end of the day. It's for other people. That's why you keep sharing them. And together we are RP Strong. And what resonated with me was that sense of pride in our community, as you read that.
We've from the reason why I wanted to kind of read that at the beginning of this call, we've spoke about it the last few weeks. I touched on it at the beginning there, talking about last week, the quality of the call. Once again, for those that were on it, brilliant. For those that haven't seen it, you can rewatch. The link is on the pages. It was just incredible. We had Karen Baker on, who came on and so bravely spoke about her son, Sam, who was diagnosed at the age of 9 with RP. She's got another son who's got RP, and her husband's registered blind, got a guide dog. He's got RP. And Sam came to my attention when he performed a assembly at his primary school, at his elementary school, as it would be in the States, and did a talk on RP, on low vision, on using his cane, and made lots and lots of people aware, took in vision sim specs and everything else, and was doing rather brilliantly. But then he started high school, things got a little bit tough, he wasn't getting the kind of support that he needed, and through the psychological trauma that he was dealing with as a young boy, stroke, young man, going into high school, he the part of his brain that deals with emotions has now shut down, and he has lost the ability to walk, and he's just gone through a couple of years now of trying to get the right answers, where they found out that what he is going through is psychological rather than it being a physical nerve damage or anything like that. It's to do with the trauma, and he's in the best place possible now in Great Ormond Street, where he's going to be for the foreseeable while he rebuilds and get back. And I just want to once again say thank you to Karen for coming on and sharing that amazing story about Sam. And if anyone who knows Sam's listening, we're praying for you. We think about you, and we're cheering you on. And as Barry so brilliantly said last week, when he's made a full recovery and he's back fighting fit and stronger than ever, we are going to have him on as a guest, which would be absolutely amazing. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that. But that poem there, it speaks of talking about defying our weaknesses and not letting things hold us back. And I've had a couple of weeks where my sight has deteriorated very quickly. We spoke about it earlier, how the thing with the cataracts operation, the PCO that I've got, I need laser treatment, and everything's very blurry until I get the appointment for that. So I'd been kind of struggling with it recently. I've not been out in about 2 weeks because I can't bear the sunlight outside. And it's at times like this where I remind myself of the poetry and the words that I've written to encourage me, as well as it encouraging others, because that's what it helps. It heals me as well as hopefully helping people out there as well.
Absolutely. First of all, have we heard any just updates this week from Karen as far as how Sam is doing? Anything? Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. We've after the call last week, we did me and Karen and actually Amy spoke on the phone for quite a while, and we were speaking about getting Sam a little gift to send him. So we found out a couple of things that he likes, and we're going to get that sorted. But she's going to keep us updated. So
yes, please keep us posted on that.
And I also want to say, a big thank you to Suzanne Clark as well for reading that amazing poem and coming on and telling her story as well, which was,
Yep. And I see
was the perfect
here
follow-up.
with us tonight also. So
Absolutely.
welcome, Suzanne. And Diane sent us she's trying to make us jealous because she said she's sitting and relaxing from home in her shorts and a t-shirt while all of us are all dressed
Are all
up.
suited and booted. I'm in full 3-piece suit here.
That's right. Yeah. Dave,
in Poetry Corner.
Dave, you're definitely dressed up enough for everybody. So, Diane.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I could run and get a tie, but
no, you don't need to. It's fine.
Backup, but
yeah, that's okay. You're allowed in.
You never know who we're going to be graced with, and it's a virtual meeting today, so I should be prepared. But
so kind of what I wanted to get talking about tonight is, we've spoke over the last few weeks about we've all had these kind of times where we struggle, and we talk about this kind of circle of the grief process of, once we get past a process, we have to kind of repeat it again. And the way I kind of try and deal with things is I look at, as I've said in the past, I look at all the challenges and all the scars of my past, and I use them as a reminder of everything that I can survive, and face the challenges going forward. And I think it says it in that poem there. And that is something I really want to talk about with people today is find out what they do to pick themselves back up again, what they use. We've touched on it before. What, is it faith? Is it, a hobby? Is it family? Is it, what is it you do to kind of give you that, right, it's time to get back on the ball now. For me, I've used this period where I've been stuck inside to get back writing and I'm writing like lots of poems every day at the moment.
Yeah,
you'll see if you look at my page, I'm churning out stuff.
I'm waking up every morning at 5:30 a.m. here on the East Coast, and every morning I'm getting a new piece of poetry, and it doesn't get any better to start my day like that. So yeah, just today you saw yourself. I was featured on the Optometry Today Instagram. Ivan Jacqueline from Parfums de Mali has been featuring me all week, and a few other different places, RNIB and things like that. So I'm going off a little off topic. Not that we have a planned script here, but I know you, in your mind, you want to share, talk about something specific now, but I want to go off topic here for a little bit. If everyone on this webinar right now, and if you're joining us on watching it later on, please, I want to ask this question. Would you like to receive a text message every morning with a piece of poetry from Dave Steele? Every morning. Would you like to receive a piece of poetry every morning to start your day from Dave Steele? And
I like that idea. I like that concept. That's a good. We've not spoke about that, but that's a good concept. I like that.
We may have talked about it a while back.
Yeah, maybe.
We have the capability to make that happen, and I would love to get the feedback from the group, from the crowd, from the audience, what your thoughts are on that. And, I would like to hear from everyone. So you can put your, please, you can put it in the you can put it in the chat, the Q&A, whatever way you want to communicate. I would love to know. And if you're watching this on later on through social media, put it in the comments. We're going to monitor this over the next week, and we're going to see what kind of response we have, and we're already getting some feedback already. So
cool.
Yeah,
I want to see some hands up as well for people that want to come on and speak.
Yeah, absolutely.
And really talking about, as I said, what you use to pick yourself up when you're having these kind of tough times. B, what about yourself?
Right here. It's right here, and I've talked to both you gentlemen enough about like where my heart is, and I always come back to the community that we're building, and I look at my own grandparents for inspiration, and for those of us that were blessed to have good examples in our life, if you look back to the things that kept people ticking that you really love and respect, you'll realize that you were one of those things that kept the people that you love and respect ticking. You yourself, Dave. You yourself, Barry. I went and had dinner with Barry's wife and son the other day. And I saw Barry just like this different side of him. I was like, whoa. He's like, he's got this extra. I mean, he always has a square shoulder, you know, walking. But
Yeah.
I'm a father and a husband right now, in addition to working with you. I'm like, whoa. And I thought to myself, that keeps Barry ticking. And him sharing that moment with me, here's the tip to everybody. Me having part of that moment, just sharing that moment, us sharing this moment, that's what fuels me back up. And the moments in between these moments, those are the moments in between these moments. But I rest assured that I'll be back. You'll be back. Barry will be back. People listening right now, will be back. Thank you. Thank you for being part of this movement. Thanks for, fueling my moments, guys. I love it.
Absolutely.
I came in very few, I wake up, it's Wednesday morning, I'm like, yes, Tia poetry. I'm fired up because I'm loving every moment of this. And this has become a true highlight for me every single week. And, I'm just really grateful to have this opportunity to share, the microphone with you, Dave, with you, Ben, to be able to add this dimension. So I want to bring on, if you're okay, we're going to bring on our first attendee.
Absolutely.
We're going to bring on a very familiar name, a very familiar face, and someone who is special in your heart, Dave, Mr. Derek Mills.
Awesome.
Coming right up. What did I do to Derek?
Where are you, Derek?
Derek, where are you? Here he's coming. Hey, Derek.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Derek.
How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. I got it on two screens. 1 second.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we double trouble. As long as I double Patriots.
All right, I think I'm good.
Nope.
I don't know where the camera is.
I'm in trouble with Derek wearing his Patriot. He's not wearing Patriot gear today, but if Dave, I'm just putting it out there. If Derek is wearing some Patriot gear and Dave Steele is wearing Steelers gear, we got problems. But I think we took care of the Steelers situation with Dave. So.
Yeah, we did.
We've got kind of an echo here.
Yeah, let me. I'll put the other. Okay, there we go.
That better?
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Am I good now?
Yep, you're perfect.
All right. Sorry, I was on a laptop too, but all right, all set. Anyway, sorry about that, guys.
How are you doing, Derek? Are you all good? Looking well?
Yeah, I'm good. I just wanted to touch base how you were saying, being down and out sometimes about things and what everybody does, and just kind of share my quick story about it. And
Absolutely, please do.
Only being diagnosed last October, never hearing about this disease in my life. I never knew what RP was. I remember leaving the ophthalmologist's office and getting home and trying to explain to my wife what he said, and I couldn't even remember the name of it. Retinitis pigmentosa. It was just it was so fresh. And then it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks when I actually started doing my own research into it and finding out, what it does, what it is. And it's like all these little factors started keying into my head. It's like, that's why I fell down the stairs the other day. That's why I bang my head on the lamp over the coffee table every morning. That's why when my kids are right behind me and I turn around, I kind of walk over them until it's like, what was going on? So everything just came into play and hit me. And when it did, I was down and out. I was for a good few weeks. I was going to work in the morning, and it was so hard to function and everything. But within 3 weeks of being diagnosed, if not sooner, was the fact that I found the webpage. I found out all about you, and my wife called me that day and said, Dave Steele's all the way from Europe. He's in Rhode Island, and I got out of work just in time to come and meet you, and I did. I met Barry too, and from that point, it started to help everything out a little bit easier, because it's not like you walk down the street every day and meet somebody with an eye condition that you can just relate to. But meeting you and then getting more involved in the Facebook community, it started becoming easier. And one of the things that does help me cope a lot is, I'm lucky enough. I consider myself lucky. I'm 33. I was just diagnosed in October. So I've had a pretty good, you know, go at it. And I see these young kids, especially the young boy from
Sam,
last
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and you kind of realize that it's tougher for a lot of other people than you, well, differently. And I kind of put that in my head, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's definitely not the best, but there are people that have it worse. And sometimes you meet people that do have it worse, but they're still, if not stronger than you, then, you know, most people are. And you, that's what helps me, you know, and I kind of try to look for the positive things in that. I see that there's these young kids that have it and they're doing wonderful things with it. A lot of them have their own YouTube pages on how they go about high school and everything. And so in coming to this meeting every Wednesday. So those are the things I'm just saying that help me out a lot to try to cope with everything.
I think the key to it is, and you're exactly right in what you're saying. It's using whatever platform, whatever method to understand what you're going through better. And when you can recognize, you know, the things that you feel and the emotions that you're going through and the challenges that you face on these, you know, when you're having these bad eye days, or, you know, you're down a bit and you're struggling with, you know, guilt or whatever else, if you can kind of recognize that stuff, it's a lot easier to kind of cope with and deal with. And, you know, when we talk about these kids doing the YouTube channels and myself doing the poetry, it's all, you know, we're all doing it for the same kind of reason. It helps us heal as well. I talk about it all the time on the, you know, the poetry and having this ability to kind of support other people and help them was the thing that healed me. So, you know, the more we can get involved, as you said, the better we can understand it, the more people we talk to and find out that, you know, they're just like us. You know, we all have bad days, but it's perfectly natural and normal. It just helps us get through it easier. And yeah, I mean, you know, with regards to last week's call, you know, how did you feel on that, hearing Sam's story and, you know, hearing Suzanne and everyone else? It was a pretty powerful stuff.
It's heartbreaking in a way, but it's also, I look at it as you see the struggles, but you see the fight that they're going through and the fight that they have to beat what's going on. And that's what kind of hits home to me the most, you know. I see that, and me having 3 boys at home, a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 2-year-old, you know, it's still, genetically wise, they could have it, they could not. I don't know. My gene was unidentified. They couldn't find it. So I'm like the rare of the rare. So I don't know if it started with me or recessive or dominant. But anyway, to see that the fight they're going through and in the fight that they're going, it's powerful to me to see that they continue to fight. They're not letting this beat them. They're staying strong, and that's what hit home to me last week.
Yeah. I want to read you something, if you don't mind, while I've got you.
Absolutely.
It kind of, you know, we're talking about what we're just saying about recognizing those, you know, those trigger signs, those emotions that we go through, and then using that to say, you know, today I'm not going to bow to this. I'm not going to, you know, I'm going to take a break from it. I'm not going to let it, you know, spoil my day. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to get it. And this is kind of what this says. Today, all the talk of fading sight and anxious mind, I'm choosing not to focus on. I'm leaving them behind. With my shades on, my worries gone. With Cain, I'm out my door. To face the stairs, I feel prepared, whatever lay in store. I'm done with isolation, my exclusion from a life. Today, I'll be the man I am, the husband to my wife, the father to my children, and the hero they all need, instead of just a blind man who through crowds they need to lead. I'll take a break, this vow I make, from blindness need a rest. So for today, these simple things won't feel like they're a test. My mind is set on playing games and laughter with my son. Pretend that we're Avengers, fighting battles till they're won. And though I may not see too well, our imaginations fly, for there's no limitations or of talk of eyes that die. But just like everything in life today, I know will end, but I will still be smiling when the blur and haze descends.
It's beautiful, Dave.
And you know, I think from a father's point of view, you can kind of get that, which is why I wanted to kind of have that.
It does. The hero that they need. It's almost, to me, it sounds like, you know, like I'm their dad, and no matter what's bothering me, at the end of the day, I have to be their dad before I let my problems, you know, take over me. So that hits home a lot. It does. It's a great poem, Dave. I appreciate
Show
that.
them. Show them. No, I appreciate you you're getting involved and being on these calls and keeping in touch and stuff. It's so great. It puts a smile on my face every week to hear you.
Ask my wife. I rush home for this.
I appreciate that. That's awesome.
If you're ever caught in traffic, you let us know. We'll wait for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the reunion, Derek. When next time I get out to Rhode Island, we'll have a beer and it'll be great.
No. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that day. It's we are hopeful that I think travel, international travel will start to resume, and we can bring Dave back over.
Fingers crossed.
And have him here.
I'm looking forward to Dave. Can I chime in on a comment on that poem?
Absolutely.
So the line that stuck out to me right along with you, Mr. Mills, my college best friend was Mr. Mills. So I would say, what's up, Mr. Mills? Focus on laughter and playing a game. And
yep.
Of course, the hero and everything, like, let me just say again, the focus, because there's a choice there.
Yep.
And it's for the right reason. It's not, I'm focusing on and sitting in the bar having beers for, no. You choose this focus, because you can do that too, and that's actually a good thing to do every once in a while, I'm just saying, but right there for your family, because that was the why, and it hit me powerfully. But not only did you focus on playing games, but then you created a world.
As I said, I think it's really important to understand, these triggers and the things that we go through, seeing them as perfectly natural, and allow ourselves, we've spoke about it before, about allowing ourselves that time to grieve and breathe, as I always say. And just as important is also knowing when we're at a certain stage of, feeling what we're feeling and allowing ourselves to have that downtime, but knowing when that stage is to go, right, come on, it's time to get going. Because, it's okay to go there. It's not okay to stay there. We've talked about it before. And if we can all recognize those things, we can, we can pick ourselves up and go, yeah, as it says in that poem, I'll take a break. This vow I'll make, from blindness need a rest. And if we can do that, that's we're onto a winner.
That is awesome. You are the man.
That was a great poem.
There's a lot of psychology in these things.
Yeah. So,
and there's a choice there too.
Absolutely. Speaking of choices, and speaking of everything that we've got going on, I know we kind of touched on it last week. I think it was last week or the week before. B, are you wanting to talk about some of the stuff that you're doing at the moment with regards to maybe interviews and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, we little by little are getting closer to the giant announcement.
Oh, we're not there yet. No,
we're not.
We're not there yet. Okay, that's fine.
We got some teasers going on Facebook because I just can't.
Well, yeah, the pictures. Can we talk about the picture? Because there's people out there that haven't seen or heard about the post. We touched on it last week where Barry was talking about you were doing a photo shoot and you had a picture taken by a platform at a train station, and you were holding your cane and you had your phone in the other hand and your glasses up, and you were looking at your phone, and that image was taken, that very important image of breaking misconceptions and talking about how visually impaired people and people with low vision can use phones. But it's gone on to a slightly another level now, as you put on your post. Can you tell them about it?
Whenever you bring in this man stand to my right, Mr. Harris.
Absolutely. Magic moments.
Happen. Just somehow things like this. I show up at the office one day. Actually, this guy's picking me up. Says, don't worry about coming to the office. I'll pick you up. Next thing I know, I'm by a train platform. We've got a serious photographer with serious gear, and we're taking photos for various reasons, but also at one point to raise awareness about legal blindness having various shades of blindness. Kind of a pun intended there. This is a near and dear thing to my heart, Dave, and the very first message I ever sent you years back was, hey, Dave, I love what you're doing, and like by the way, I've got this organization, almostblind.org. Can we feature some of your poetry, and you're the man, and the rest of that kind of spun from there. But long story short, I was on a train. It was the very first time I ever pulled out my white cane in public, right?
Was this in Arizona?
Phoenix, Arizona. I've got my godson with me. I'll tell it real fast. The train was completely packed, and a nice person, but let's be very clear. This person was a nice person, got up and said, here, go ahead and have my seat, thinking they're doing a nice thing for somebody in our community. Thank you for doing that, nice person out there. But a few moments later, I got a text message. I did pull out my phone without thinking anything of it, just an honest thing that I'm doing. And I look at it with my eyes, and this guy that's standing now with his girlfriend or somebody else, and my godson are now sitting, watches this blind person, quote unquote, air quotes, pull out a phone and read it. And they felt betrayed, or I'm assuming. But I heard them say, this guy's not bleeping blind, to the train. And then I was there going, until the next stop, which I quickly got up and off. And I put my cane away, and I didn't leave my house for a little while.
Yeah.
But I got back out soon enough with a shirt and a hat that said almost blind. That's not a promotion for that, but it's to say those are the only two words that I could find to quickly explain if I physically collide and go, hey, sorry about that. Whoops. Oh, came down. I'm almost blind. And so that was for dramatic effect.
Mm-hmm.
But my point in telling you that is Barry got that in his mind, and Dave and different people have been doing this.
You shared with me that story a while ago when we first met, and that story there's always, it's always resonated with me, and I understand it. And I personally tend to spend a fair amount of time on a train every week, and so I get it right away, and I can understand with crowded trains.
You've seen it with me, Barry.
I've seen it with you, and
Absolutely.
So the opportunity to experience it. So there's a lot of work that's going on here, and part of our efforts is first and foremost is to create the awareness and the advocacy for the sight loss community. So I decided that what better way to take that message, that story that you've just shared with us, and to be able to put it into an illustration, and make that illustration
a class illustration too, by the way.
We're going to show everyone.
It's
We're going to show
super
everyone.
classy. Yeah.
We're going to walk everyone through it, and to take this illustration, and we're starting to apply it to a very specific items per se, because we want to get that, continue to elevate the message, and we feel that by doing this, we're going to continue to push and break down those barriers.
Items that feature low vision when you look at them. And this would be an awareness campaign, obviously, in behalf of folks with low vision, but geared towards folks that have eyes to look at that and go, oh, I had no idea. So they'll physically, with their eyes, look at these illustrations. For an example, where you at, Barry? Okay, I'm here. I was trying to get you in my right shoes. I talked to the folks out there.
Yep.
I just got to tell this. I'm so excited. You'll show the illustration. I'm going to tell the stars. For an example.
Okay, go ahead.
This touches my heart. Dave, this will touch your heart too. Imagine, if you will, a beautiful illustration of a family stargazing while they're camping. We've all seen a picture like that. Those of us that, we're aware of those types of things. But imagine the father with special vision simulator, not simulator goggles on, but like iris. So you can look at the stars. And that's just it. It's just tasteful like that.
Yeah.
Prominent, and it's low vision moment.
I love that. I love that. I'd like to see one of a guide dog user, with the guide dog in hand and maps on the phone.
I've commissioned 5 illustrations to get this project off the ground.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share the first one with everyone now.
With audio description, of course.
I will give the audio description, yes.
Of course.
Thanks for asking about this, Dave. Obviously, we're excited about it. So appreciate it.
Yeah. We're all here to support each other, aren't we? Always.
So hopefully,
there we go. Look.
That up on the screen? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we have in front of us, and I'm going to walk everyone through it, and I had the opportunity to walk. I know Diana's on the call as well, and I had the opportunity to give Diana a personal walkthrough with this as far as this illustration. So this illustration, I want everyone to, if you imagine you're standing on a train platform, let's say to your right, you have the southbound track, and to the left, you have the northbound track. And we'll start from the right, and we'll move our way to the left. So standing on the southbound platform, we have a female character in a red pea coat holding a mobility cane. while also holding her cell phone in her hand. The character, again, in this really nice red peacoat. We have behind the female character a bystander with a rollerboard luggage in a, I guess, in a pants and a jacket and a white shirt. And he is dressed in more of a two-tone gray outfit. Then, moving, again, we're going from right to left. Then we have the next character who just happens to look very similar to Fox. I mean, very similar. I mean, you know, if you and B Fox is, you know, he's standing there on the platform. He's got his right hand on the cane. In fact, let's go ahead and show everyone what exactly happened. If you can,
I don't got my phone on me though.
Oh, I don't know if you can. Yeah. Anyway, so Ben is he's resting his right arm, you know, on in the palm, the mobility cane. He's like resting it, and he's got his smartphone in his left arm, and he's looking at it. He's wearing his glasses, but he's pulled up his absorptive filters so he can take a close look as far as what's coming in, as far as the message from Dave Steele on a new piece of poetry. I just put that in there. It's down.
Yeah, I love that.
My morning text message.
On your morning text message. Then again, moving to the left, we have another bystander walking in the opposite direction. Continuing on, we have a couple. The young man is wearing a. Oh, by the way, one more thing. Sorry. Ben is wearing, or I should say, this character is wearing a beautiful blue shirt and a brown jacket. Going over to that couple, the male character in the couple, is wearing jeans and a bright yellow hoodie and holding his mobility cane in his left arm while he's, if you want to, however way you want to look at it, it could be a friend, it could be a girlfriend, it could be a wife, it could be significant other, however you want to call it, is holding the gentleman's right arm. And she is wearing a light blue sweater with a white scarf around her neck. And then we have two more characters, we call them bystanders, to the left, right in front of the northbound train. Again, the trains are on both sides in the station. And what I want to call out is that if whoever can actually see parts of this and look at this, you will notice that the characters with sight loss are the bright and bold characters, where the individuals who are sighted are all in grays, two-tone grays, more of a monotone. So the goal is to pop that, make sure that the individuals with sight loss, their image pops and comes off this illustration. And
I love that.
I'm really, really pleased with the way this came out. And this is the first completed illustration. And the first actually item that this is going to be applied to is going to be a full wraparound for a coffee mug. So it's going to be used in many different ways, but this was specifically created for that. We are hopeful that individuals who are sighted, of course, you know, if you have sight loss, of course, yes, we want to have one as well. But for individuals who are sighted, we want them to use this coffee mug as a talking piece to talk about sight loss. Now, I just want to also mention that the illustrator who I hired for this project, incredible illustrator, I'm not going to go into details about her specifically, but obviously very talented, was able to take our vision and story, Dave's story, the concept, and put it into this illustration. Not so simple. And of course, you know, the back and forth and all that. But what I wanted to say about this illustrator is that she happens to have a very large following on social media. And I honestly, you know, I told this to you, Ben, I didn't realize that she had this strong following. And she asked my permission if she can post it, you know, a partial image of, to feature her work. And I said yes. Of course, I'm very protective of our artwork. But at the same time, I said, if she's going to share it with the world and her followers, then it's going to create a level of awareness that we're trying to achieve. So yes, that would be, I said, yes, please go ahead and do it. So lo and behold, I mean, this is pretty crazy. And Dave, you know how these things just work in the universe.
Of course.
She posts this on Sunday, and I get a text message from one of my brothers with the a screenshot of the post, and he says to me, and the screenshot says, "Are you related to Barry Asman?" This was, again, someone sent this screenshot, this text message to my brother with the post, "Are you related to Barry Asman? What's your relationship to Barry Asman?" And obviously it was my brother, and he shared that. But it was just so fascinating to see how this artist posted the image of the illustration online, and it quickly, it got to someone that was able to, who knows my brother, and said, "Wow." But on top of that, this particular post had created over 200 comments, all for the good, all for the positive, and all about, "Wow, this is incredible. I want in. I'm impressed. This is great work." And it is just unbelievable to see that kind of response from the sighted community. Over 200 comments telling this illustrator that this is important work that she's doing, and to giving her not only the thumbs up, but the approval to continue going in this direction. So
absolutely,
really humbled to have the ability to commission this, and super excited about this. So
yeah, fantastic work. Every week there's something new.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity for bringing this up and allowing me to share it. Thank you, Bailey. Thank you. Appreciate that. And so we have ordered a very large piece of that illustration that will hopefully be here in the office in the coming weeks.
Awesome.
I can't wait to share that with everyone. And we're going to use these pieces of artwork as well for a charity for a new non-for-profit, which we're going to start talking about, not now, but at a later date. And again, it's all about elevating the message and making sure that the sight loss community is recognized and people understand. And when people understand what's going on with sight loss, they'll just be better human beings. And again, I see this all the time. I travel a lot, specifically on trains. I have the opportunity to meet a lot of people. I share with them my story, what I do, and when they hear it, they're like, "Wow, it makes a difference." So we're gonna keep on chugging here. Thank you.
Anyone I will just want to put it out there. Has anyone else got anything they want to kind of add or jump into tonight? Because we're kind of getting, time goes so quick. We're getting near that kind of time now. But I'd like to kind of get some more people on. If anyone wants to raise their hand and say hi, even if it's just a quick hello, let us know you're out there.
Derek, I know you've been here the whole time, but I'm going to send you back now. If it's okay.
Yeah, thanks, Derek. Thanks again.
It's okay. Thanks, guys.
See you next time.
Yeah, I want to sending Derek back now, and there we go. Yeah, if anyone else wants to come on, please raise your hand. While we are waiting for some individuals to raise their hand, I'm going to ask you a question, Dave, and I'm sure you're going to have the answer that I expect. But today, our good friends over at OrCam, they brought on a new global ambassador to help represent the brand OrCam and to also help elevate the necessary attention for the sight loss community. And I don't know if you saw this post, Dave, but have you heard of it? This guy named Leo Messi?
The name rings a bell.
As in the soccer player, the football player?
Lionel Messi.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes, I did. I saw the post with a young boy.
Yes.
I didn't actually realize what it was, but I did see a post for a young boy, and it was something connecting Lionel Messi with vision loss. Yeah, absolutely. So he's the new ambassador, brand ambassador. Wow.
Global ambassador for OrCam.
That's pretty huge.
It is pretty huge. It's going to be a 3-year deal, and he is going to be front and center and really, helping to create a sight loss.
Just do you know how much he earns a week? Just a little side note.
I do not.
He earns over 100 million a week.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
That's insane. That's insane. But I will tell you, he's got quite the following on social media. He's got.
Oh, sorry. Actually, no. I'm telling a lie. It's not 100 million a week. That's not a lot. That's not a lie. Sorry. His wages. No, it's £1 million a week.
Okay.
Yeah, it's well off there. He's a £1 million a week in wages. He's just his wages at club level before bonuses.
Wow.
So I think he's about 100 million a year with everything.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Right. So
that's about right, is it?
He's got a few followers also. He's got 165 million Instagram followers.
Some people would say he's the greatest player of all time.
That's what I'm hearing. It's
not in my opinion, but you know.
I know. I get it. So I think it's great, a fantastic move, and I congratulate the team at Orcam for bringing Leo Messi on and to be able to utilize his talents on and off the field to bring attention to the sight loss community. So
I thought you were going to turn around and say it was B Fox then.
B, can you play soccer?
That would have made me more excited than Lionel Messi.
We could have a fun low vision soccer game. I'd be into that.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a player, by the way, so you need to. I've still got skills.
Awesome.
Absolutely, you've got skills. So, yeah, it's I think it's really, again, with everything going on with the pandemic and things moving forward in general with businesses and life. It is I'm happy. I can honestly say it's exciting times, and there's a lot going on, and we thought 2020 would be the big breakout year of 2020, but obviously a lot of those plans got scaled back. So we just got to continue to look forward, and I think it's going to be 2021.
Well, once again, it's all the same thing that we were talking about before. It's about things don't go out the way they plan, taking that time to kind of come to terms, and then realizing when that moment to go, now's time to get up and move on. Yeah. We all have these moments at different times, but we're all there to kind of encourage each other.
Absolutely, and we've been literally working around the clock here, and we're anxious to get some big news out there, and
yes.
There's just a lot of great momentum right now. We're staying focused. Again, staying focused. As our dear friend Lanny D would say, stay focused. And, it's that's what it's all about. Staying focused, keeping toward your goals, the mission. We are all here on a mission. And I'm proud to be, that we're here with everyone here. And have this opportunity to spend this time together with everyone. So very grateful for that. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dave.
Welcome.
So we have a crowd that's very shy this evening. So
that's okay.
What we'll do is we will have you wrap things up. We will wrap things up, and we'll go from there. So
okay. So once again, another poem that's just kind of fitted in with everything that we're talking about tonight.
Is it going to be a soccer poem?
No, it's not. No. That would have been a bit. That would have been a bit too spooky. That would have been a bit too spooky. Okay, here we go. I used to make excuses, avoid that crowded place, felt distant from the outside world and things too hard to face. The blur would make me panic. Depression told me don't. My dreams weren't possibilities held back by things I won't. But now I'm chasing rainbows, no challenge I won't try. And if I fall, these eyes aren't all I need to get me by. For vision's more than seeing, it's all our minds create. I've realized that I decide, it's me who choose my fate. So though I'm not done losing this sight and fights to come, instead of staying home alone, I'll face it in the sun.
It's me who chooses my fate. That is powerful. And I think it's a great way to end this. And I want to thank everyone. Thank you, Dave. And I wish everyone continued good health. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Same time, same place. And bring a friend along next time. So
absolutely.
Get the word out there. We need more people to be part of this and to help spread the word. And, that's what we're here for. Oh, hold on 1 second. You're very welcome, Derek. Be well, Derek. And, that's where we are. So wish everyone a wonderful evening.
Yeah, have a fantastic week, and we'll be back same time, same place next week for more tea and poetry.
Thanks, Dave.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dave.
Take care, guys.
Take care. Thank you, everyone. Be well.